Hello, Libra. Welcome to 2026. It is the month of January. 2026, and it is a big deal month. We have a rare, epic reset button by Venus and by also Mars, indicating major changes in your home life, perhaps in your work life, and maybe in your money. At the very same time, we can see that this is going to be the month that Neptune finally enters into Aries, which is your significant love house. And if you are looking for a soulmate, singletons might be coming into some good times. So we'll talk about all of this as we go through week by week, the entire month of January. I'm looking forward to helping you time your best month. My name is Lori Lothian, and I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac whole sign houses and those fixed stars, all a part of my regular content here. If you are new to my channel, welcome very much to my world, and hit that like button and subscribe. It does actually help the channel thrive. As well, is there any chance that you want to time all of 2026 with my support to navigate through the year with flow, ease rather than resistance? Well, check out my 2026 individual signs for $22, 2+ hour videos, 26-page PDF guidebook written by me. Or you can get the bundle, great stocking stuffer, New Year's gift, friends and family, a PDF with links to all of these videos that are downloadable audio, downloadable video, watchable video, and a downloadable guidebook. And the whole package of 12 videos times 2+ hours per video is actually on sale in December for $55. And why not get that? For you can listen to Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, now we're going to do your sign. I know you guys like, how do I know what to listen to? What's the most important? Your rising sign is your simulation avatar mask character in the sim or game, or it's the role in the movie. It's a character. And then your sun is a true self. It's the actor playing the role. It's the game player playing the character in the simulation or the game, video game. I want you to think about your sun too, about career and purpose related themes and concerns, whereas your moon sign is how you feel and think about life, but brings you in touch with concerns and themes to do with home and domicile and where you live. And in fact, like I always joke, but I don't really joke, every eclipse to my moon every 19 years. And guess what Lori does? Major change of where she lives, eclipsing your home, right? So now that you got the lay of the land, let's get going and let's get this story on the road, shall we? I just turned on something like an AI companion. I probably shouldn't have done that. We'll see what happens. I think I'm going to turn it off. It's distracting me. All right. So we're going to go through it bit by bit. I'm going to show you the chart. We're going to cover everything here. A lot of focus here on love, romance, career, a lot of focus on your creative energies as well, artistic and entrepreneurial. It'd be good if I was actually showing you the chart. Okay. Hey, Libra. Let's go with the beginning of the story. It happens to be as we begin the month of December, you'll notice a pile up in your fourth house. This is called a stellium, sun, Mars and Venus. Oops. Yeah, that's right. And this is December 30th. And we're going to also be really focused on this fourth house, what you're doing in the home, who's in the home, property, real estate, domicile, home life, private life stories are very dominant for the first 3 weeks of the month. And we'll note that Venus entered into your fourth house just for reference, where she's been hanging in her boss babe shoulder pads on December 24th. So perhaps December 24th, and she'll be here till January 16th, you have been and will continue to focus a lot on your home life, being home, doing things in the home, decorating the home, joy, pleasure, entertaining in the home. It's a very interior, private life time for you, apparently. So you'll be less likely in the workplace and more enjoying your work in your home, December 24th to mid-January. As we say that, on December 31st, like the day before New Year's Eve, right, we are noticing that we see Mercury down here in a square to Neptune and Saturn, and there just is some kind of confusion and difficulty regarding travel plans, regarding work situations, regarding rental contract agreements, regarding your home, regarding your pets. There's just kind of this is what? Feels like a bit of a hardship. This communication, I'm not sure what I'm not sure what I'm getting. I'm not picking up what you're putting down here. And it could be just one of those things. So you're going to have this confusion. And again, it can be about travel. It can be something uncertain here, and it can do with your property, land, and real estate if it's a rental situation and contractual agreements, uncertainty, confusion, and maybe even some deception. So be cautious there regarding those situations at the time. Look at the fine print on anything you are going to sign as a landlord or a tenant. For sure, look at the fine print because you might not see it, right? Same with travel plans. Look at the fine print. All right, so then we move on and we notice that Mercury will cross over and enter into your fourth house with this now really robust stellium of planets. All of them are invisible, which means that we don't see them in the sky because they're too close to the sun. Doesn't mean they're not together. And there's a huge energy in your fourth house. What are you trying to accomplish here? Like, goodness gracious, are you writing from home, thinking and ideating, creating, decorating? Are you motivated down here to take action? Sometimes when Mars is down here in his exaltation, and he got down here in your fourth house of home, property, land, and real estate, he got down here on December 15th and doesn't leave until January 22nd or so. That could indicate that you are also wanting to or are traveling from home. Mars often means exile from home or separated from your home. So there is that caveat, right? So have you been moving or changing or traveling from your home starting on December 15th through to January 22nd? Possibly that will be a story for you. But then if you're doing all of that, maybe what you're up to, because Mars is, making you go about and do things, right? Is it also connected to financial reasons? It does rule your money house. If you're away from home, it could be for work or for financial reasons, or because of a connection to a significant love relationship partner, or sometimes in the most difficult circumstance, moving apart from a partner and separating your home. Now, on January the 3rd, a new moon will happen as the moon bumps into the Jupiter retrograde in your 10th house. Jupiter's bringing you career luck, right? And it's been true, will be true till next July, and it has been true since June of this year. So there's a whole year of amazing career success that you've been experiencing, expansion, growth, opportunity, luck. Might be overwhelming sometimes. So he's retrograde now, and he'll be retrograde to March 30th, giving you a downtime, an introspection, a reflection on the deeper meaning of what you want in your career. Success isn't always great. You want to also have truth and joy. So there's a bit of an internal process going on, but the moon will reset here with Jupiter. It will happen actually on the 13th degree of your 10th house on the 3rd. So that would indicate your sun, your moon are rising close with the 3 degrees of either side of 13 Libra. Really, you feel it. It's really like, whoa, we're feeling a reset button. Not a new moon, a full moon. We're feeling a culmination. If I said new, I apologize. A full moon, a culminating energy. You planted a career success seed approximately 6 months earlier, right? Like last June or so, June, July. Like third week of June to third week of July, sometime in there. You planted a seed of something new, some new ambition, some professional endeavor success. And now you're getting the fulfillment, the fruiting, and the harvesting. But like any fulfilling energies, the fullness has to wane. So therefore, in the 6 months that follows this new moon, some of you may step away from a career path or a job path into something new. Okay, but it's a very lucky, very positive lunation. And you could go back to work for some situation, company, or type of work that you've done before, because Jupiter brings you opportunity. Retrograde means from your past. All right. So you never know what that could look like. And Jupiter is the ruler of your work house. So that's that lunation. And as we move forward, I think that we have to definitely address the fact that Venus will, on the 6th of the month of January, meet the sun for a divine headquarter reset button. And that's something she does every 4 years in this part of your sky. So she's going to reset on January 6th, your home life, your domicile, and where you live. On a very practical note, it could just simply indicate a move is coming. And some of you may even already be anticipating it, but it's more than a move. But let's get into the idea of what brings you joy and pleasure in the home resetting, and it will kind of send you in a new direction for 4 years. You'll see the most obvious evidence of where you're headed by October, where this new direction to do with your home life is. Now, Venus in this capacity of her reset button is the Lord of you. So you want what she has to You're picking up what she's putting down, but she's also the Lord of your chunky money. And up here we have loans and mortgages and banks and finance and refinance. And it's possible this reset button could also open up a door in 10 months ahead for buying a new home, selling a home, you know what I mean? Financing a home, that kind of stuff. Possibly inheritances. If anyone has a father figure family member who's ready to pass on wealth, or if you're with a partner and you're married, then your in-law, his or her father figure passing on legacy wealth, or grandparents or whatever, that's something you could see in the 6 months that follow. 10 months that follows this reset button. Now, Venus resets here every 4 years. So she did this before in the same time, 2020. Let's just go back to January 2022, January 2018, January 2014. So you do this reset quite commonly, but not with Lord Jupiter looking on. And that's a blessing. This brings this very much a blessing regarding love, prosperity, growth, expansion, goodness, and wants to bring something good to you. Changes down here in the home life can also bring professional success as well over the course of the next while. It is also possible here, I'm going to keep going for just a smidgen because look at that triple stellium building, with Venus resetting your 4th house and Mercury close at hand, news or information may be emerging in the short term. Look to January 6th. Really look to that day for what information or news Mercury wants to deliver as he watches this reset button happen. And if Mercury has any information or news for you, look at your phone call, emails, and texts that day. It'll give you a clue as to where this is going. Finally, Venus is flowing to the North Node in the house of rental properties. You may be a landlord getting ready to lease a property or the other way around. And there's something good that wants to happen, very auspicious, very powerful, positive energy. The reset button is ruled by Saturn for this reset, and that's in the house of rentals, pets, and work, getting a new pet, getting a rental property, getting a new job connected to abilities to work from home or close to home, or moving your home because of a new opportunity in work over the 10 months that follows. Then we look next at the reset button moving forward, and we see that it's now going to be, before we get to Mars doing his cosmic reset with the sun on the 9th of January, we'll notice that we have Venus and Mars co-joined. The cosmic lovers are uniting. Masculine, feminine, desire and action and decision are all becoming very fused in the 4th house. Partly, I'd say, because it's ruled by a Saturn-Neptune, combo Saturn with Neptune, it gives you ability to really reset your life when it comes to the work and service part of your reality or your health by choices, decisions, and actions you're making in and from the home base. It could even be a chance to relocate your home to somewhere new where you have the ability to refinance or finance something, relocate yourself, and maybe bring more romantic, sexy time in the home. Like, maybe it's like, I'm making a practical example, but you and your partner are crammed into a studio apartment and you're like, all over each other. And now you've got like 3-bedroom unit. You're like, now we're having fun. It's just like more spaciousness around romance and sex and connections to the home, or conceivably under this kind of a sky when these two fuse together. It could also look like a change in your marital status, long-term love and relationship status, connected to more security in the home, more connection in the home, like you might get engaged or move in with someone because you've been together for a while. Alrighty, that's kind of what I've got. There is a small chance this could bring fertility stories to some of you having children, because Saturn is the ruler of both your 5th and 4th house. So the gains of the conjunction, a lot of fun time in the bedroom, equals a creation of a child. Or if your children are older, because of Mercury's placement, announcements that a grandchild is on the way. Now, as we continue forward, this energy will be Mars's turn, and Mars is all about this story. This is like, okay, you have to take notes. Please take notes. Mars only resets like this down here in your 4th house every 30 odd years. And the last time he did this was 1994-95. Calendar year 94-95, we're a 2-year reset button, just as this one is January of 26 to January of 2028. You made major changes. I hope you did. Otherwise, maybe your natal chart's not right regarding home, property, land, and real estate. You might have relocated your home. Depends on how old you are. If you were a kid, maybe your parents moved the home. If you weren't born, then ignore it. Same energies happened 1979, 1980. Major changes in the home life, where you live, people who live with you. There's a major change. This is the house of the mother, maybe changes in the life of your mother. Now, this time Jupiter's witnessing it and looking on. So this is bringing blessings to this reset button. Yeah, I don't care if it's in opposition. Jupiter is bringing blessings and he's looking at it directly. So the reset button is going to bring you within 2 years, perhaps, into some very positive developments to do with a change of home, but likely connected to your career matters with Jupiter's blessings in the 10th house. Now, Mars is an exile placement, meaning you could travel quite far away from your natal home. Like you won't be anywhere close to where you live. You might be going off to another country even. That is very feasible under this kind of a sky. Now, if Mars is going to reset you here, you're not going to see the results of it right away, although it happens on January 9th when the actual date of the reset is perfected at 19 degrees of Capricorn with a triple stellium. It's pretty rare. You're going to find that you will in this 35-year rare cycle connected to Mars-Venus conjunction, you could find yourself literally, this is so powerful. And it's angular to you, it really does rock and change your world. This reset button helps you heal the wounds of long-term committed love relationships. This reset button helps you find the perfect home or job opportunity connected to home and real estate and land, that kind of thing. And you could be really looking at a purchase or a sale of great magnitude regarding land and real estate, as well as a potential inheritance. Okay, we get legacy wealth out of the 4th house. The reset button, it could be surprising that you're going to get any money, likely father figures or grandfather figures. You didn't think it was going to come to you, but some money can come your way. If that's within the wheelhouse or through your significant others, long-term love relationship persons, family of origin, money coming into your marriage together. Now, Mars is invisible until mid-March, meaning that even though all this intensity is showing up in January, and watch what happens that day, look for emails, phone calls, text messages to give you basic clues to which direction this is going, because of Mercury, it'll give you clues. It won't be fulfilling and very clear, right, until the month of March. So again, Mars is just as good to get you out of a house because you're buying one, or you got some inheritance money or whatever, or in-law money coming to you. But he's just as good to also move you into a rental property, right? Because of his flow to the 6th house planets. And so we'll see fulfillment of the new seed that's planted, and the tonal quality of the new seed that's planted lasts for 2 years. Prosperity, decisions, actions, reset buttons, home, property, land, and maybe commercial success generated in and from your home. You start a home-based business, that would work really, really well as well. Now, let's continue on, shall we? We're going to move ourselves into the next story. It is kind of interesting to me that as we begin January 14th onward, we're going to have a long-standing, ongoing, never-ending sextile. Oh, I should have said that the Mars conjunction brings you more money, but in and from the home, right there. We're all feeling this sextile, like here, right, to here. This is a flow, and we're going to see a triangle forming out of it, and you're going to love this story. But this is to say, in the backdrop of reality, there's some kind of generative current through debts and banking and finances trying to find harmony in your life for you. Now, the main story from January 14th to about the 22nd is a miniature grand trine that continually wants to give you some blessings. Here we are on the 14th as it begins to solidify. And the maker of the solidification, sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this ascendant not to cross over too quickly. You don't need to look at the ascendant. It's just so the chart doesn't move into the next sign without my permission. Okay. See how I'm taking the ascendant back so I can go forward without losing the Libra 1st house. So this triangle is going to be a 3 or 4 part story. It's going to be literally a crazy, crazy long time, 8 days, 9 days of positivity. So let's go January 13th to the 22nd. So this triangle is going to be Venus in the lead. Venus is going to say, I would like to bring you some luck, ease, flow, prosperity, and grace. It's connected to your home, to rental properties and pets, to banking, finances, and mortgages. It's connected to inheritance, legacy wealth, surprises, and debt elimination. It's connected to tenants, rentals, rental properties. It's connected to health and improving your health in and from the home. It's connected to surprising developments with other people's money, including your significant other, that are positive. And this little triangle is Venus's wheelhouse in the first starting moment. So the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, even, Venus is really on it. And what does Venus want to do? Wants to bless you. You're a Libra, sun, moon, and rising. So it's all going to work for your highest good. And it also is conditionally activating an exaltation of your work house and your health house for sickness removal. And it's going to bless you in chunky money. Stock takes off. I don't know. An investment, a tax rebate, an insurance payout, and some kind of one-time payments, a royalty income, sales income from Google Ads, book royalties, whatever. Some nice little juicy joy is going on, and it feels really good for you. And again, you've got it for a little more than a day, right? So enjoy the ride. Let's say the 13th to the 16th, Venus is on it. Then we move into the sun picking up the slack. Sun is visible. Of course, the sun cannot be invisible. Well, except at night. And so the sun is now adding weight to the story and shining light on it. And the sun here is quite capable of translating this powerful miniature trine into gains and profits from your career. So some of you Libras might find increasing profitable gains in the career. You might find some money coming to you from a sibling or older than you, one older, or friends and allies and favors and benefactors. This could be a huge improvement in your position in a work environment, a raise, a promotion, a new salary level, a new high, powerful job description energy. If you're working for someone, if you're an entrepreneur, you're just succeeding more than you normally do. And it's like the rewards of your career particularly are coming back at you in powerful and positive ways. So we see the sun adding fuel to that fire January 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. And see how the sun is flowing to this like workhouse. I mean, it's like something good is happening in your work life. Something really lovely is happening also for your health and also regarding matters of pets. And just a new pet coming in, anyone? North Node? Then we see Mercury coming in to help the sun, and then we are going to talk about what he could offer from about the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Mercury will say, okay, now this goodness is still continuing, right? We're continuing the goodness. And Mercury want to add something that he can offer you. And he'll say, okay, well, would you like to go on a foreign trip? Do you want to have a book publishing deal? Do you want to have some kind of good news regarding international, in foreign land people connected to professional success, travel, or maybe something to do with a mentor or a coach or something, adding some positive fuel to the Gemini fire, or distant shore land and travel. So we get this vibe of travel here. And Mars loves to travel. Mercury is a protector of travel. I'm wondering if around January, I'd say 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, you're not getting a travel opportunity emerging. It could be connected to your professional endeavors, but it may not necessarily be. And it may be unexpected and surprising travel opportunity coming your way. Mercury and Mars are really commercial success if you want, marketing, selling from home. Why not? Mercury Mars conjunct, though, could be information or news. It has a premium on you need to make a decision and take action as fast as possible. And with the moon and detriment here, it might be a bit emotionally challenging. Some information or news that's going to have, you stiff upper lip around it, Therefore, if there's a death in the family or your partner's family, travel may be related to that. Sorry, I have to read the whole story. It's a balsamic moon and it's stoic. Something in the family of origin or your partner's family of origin coming to a close is a possibility here, to do with family members and inheritances and life and death and hospitals. And then we move forward and we see the next story. Venus, by the way, moves into the sign of Aquarius, and that's not too bad, right? We'll talk about that in a minute and how that's going to benefit you in your romantic life, fertility, fun, play, pleasure, creativity, and entrepreneurship. But look at this. Mars now takes up the triangle. Wow. Same old good triangle full of yay. And yet Mars is adding his spice to the mix. Mars is activating this through till January the 22nd. So we're going to go January 19th to the 22nd. Mars is the action decision maker exalted in your fourth house. And he's going to action decision make you into doing something, including writing, communicating, speaking, picking up the phone to make some kind of momentum happen. But Mars can translate the triangle of goodness if he wants into good things happening in your significant long-term relationship partnership, legal contracts and agreements. And he can also translate this energy, should he desire, into more money, more earnings, and more savings coming your way somehow, some way. Probably professional, probably work. Partly could be sale of a property, buying or purchasing, and good financial outcomes. It should look good on your pocketbook. It should look good on your wallet. It should expand how much money you have. So that's what I'm seeing. And that's how Mars wants to grand finale this thing around the 18th to the 22nd of the month. Okay. Now you're going to say, I've been working so much to do with things in home, from the home, work and home, all of that, travel from home. Who knows? This is done. This is where we go next. Where we go next is the start up of a stellium in your fifth house. Romance, children, fertility, pregnancy, creative projects, and entrepreneurship are on the menu. Venus loves to have fun here. Girls just want to have fun. She's in her play, pleasure, fun mode. No two ways about it. Now, just before we get to that pleasure palace, notice that the moon will be new here, right? That's why we watch the moon in her stoic ways. So the new moon in your stoic ways, determined, stoic, sensible, emotion-free, Spock-like moon in your exaltation fourth house with Mars is still there. New beginnings in your home, January 18th, add 6 months. Ruled by Saturn in a house of rentals. New beginnings in your home, ruled by Saturn in a house of pets. New beginnings in your home, ruled by Saturn in a house of health. New beginnings in your home connected to better health. And persistent determination to improve your health. Maybe you're going to get a gym. Maybe you're going to buy some barbells. Maybe you're going to start working out in your home. New beginnings in your home because you want an animal and you're going to get a pet. And it's a destined one. New beginnings in your home because you're going to move and you're going to secure a rental property. See what I mean? Or rent your property out and have to go somewhere else. So there's new beginnings in the home. It will unfold over 6 months, but you'll see the lay of the land 2 to 3 weeks in. You'll get a sense of where this is going. No longer than a month after the new moon should you have a sense of where it's taking you. Venus loves fun. Girls just want to have fun in the house of her joy in your fifth house of fertility and pregnancy. Now, one thing about that is that if you are of childbearing age or your partner, then this can bring you a fertility signature for getting pregnant together or accidentally, right? You never know, because we have a broad square to Uranus. And that fertility window, you're forewarned, is forearmed, is going to happen here. January 17th to February 10th. So being careful around birth control for anyone who's at that age, please do so. And if you happen to have children who are capable of making babies, then this is also you getting into grandparenthood if this is going to happen in this time. Venus down here is really good for artists and creatives and entrepreneurs and bringing joy, fun, and success. This is a wealth yoga. This means that as she enters into this part of your sky from the 17th to about the 23rd, you might come into some good fortune financially. This happens to be a house where we win money, like gambling, casinos, lotteries, lottery tickets, all that. And it's with the sun ruling the house of good fortune. The house of windfalls and pennies from heaven. This could be an opportune time for winning some money, is what I'm trying to tell you. You'll be able to win money starting January the 20th through until about Venus needs to be there until she leaves on February 10th. So it's a good time to know your limit, play within it, and play some lottery tickets. Algol, a wealth star, shock and awe, and chunky money. Venus down here. It could open up doors of winning some money. Doesn't mean it's a jackpot. You could win the bingo hall. You could win the local lottery for the Rotary Club or something like that. But you could win some money here. Okay, good fortune on the financial front for sure. And it's more pleasure, more fun, more play in life, especially in the romantic sector. If you are single and you don't have a relationship, then look no further than this particular story. It's a good time to take a date, try it out, see what happens. right? New moon energy still here. Romance, powerful transformation. So single Libras, look to go on a few dates and have some fun. Why not? Between January 17th and February the 10th. Then the stellium continually builds as Mercury joins the fray. Mercury is also sociable. He loves to play, but he also rules the tickets and the ballots when you buy a lottery ticket. Okay, so this is a good time. It even strengthens, like January 21st to February 10th, a lucky time for winning something financially. And Mercury will join the sun in what we call a cazimi. He's resetting his button in the heart of the sun. Pay attention to the day. It's a lucky day. Buy a lottery ticket on January 21st. It's a good day to put a creative project into the public view. It's a great day for a first date. It's a great day for all kinds of initiatory activity in the fifth house, starting your entrepreneurial business, registering your domain for a business, etc. As Mercury in the heart of the sun happens to be here, on the in the fifth house on the 21st, and he's in the heart of the sun from the romance house, he may translate some of the good fortune that's here coming through that to something to do with long distance travel, book publishing and book publishing deals, podcasting, and father figures. And also Mercury might translate some of that good stuff as well to the Virgo sky, which will bring you something positive coming from a distant shore and foreign land that feels like good fortune. That could happen too. Mercury here, resetting the button, takes 6 weeks to unfold the whole vibe of all this lusciousness in your fifth house. So be patient with it. It's a reset button. It's profound and powerful and positive. Now, as we continue forward and we move past the cazimi of the 21st, 22nd-ish, we're going to notice that Mars is sextiling Neptune as he gets ready to add fuel to the stellium in your fifth house. This is going to help you clear maybe something that did confuse you right back on New Year's Eve and the day after when we had a square from Mercury. Mars is always clearing the fog on your windshield, and he's clearing any confusion, delusion, or uncertainty that you may reasonably have about something going on here to do with pets, rentals, tenancies, and work situations, or separation from your home for work-related reasons, and uncertainty or confusion. Let's keep it simple and clearing it up, especially if any of the confusion has a pocketbook wallet endpoint regarding work. You weren't sure what the terms of the raise and promotion were. You weren't sure when they were going to finally pay it out. Now you're going to be able to see more clearly. Finally is my favorite word lately. We're going to go to the very difficult energies of Mars in conjunction to Pluto. So first of all, Mars was in Capricorn from December 15th to January 22, but now here we have on January 23rd, he enters into your fifth house. Now, this is tricky, and I'm going to give it a straight up for you. If you're getting pregnant, this is you're deciding whether you keep the child. So there's that vibe where decisions around keeping a pregnancy for some of you, or for your children, if you're the parent, and you're looking at the thing going on. January 24th to March 2 is decision time, right? That aside, if you're single and this thing starts to heat up, the cosmic lovers are together in the same sign in the house of romantic love. That's going to say that something's really picking up. There's infatuation, there's love, there's sexy romance, there's like some heat in the love life. If you're with someone, it just heats up the love life. Things are better than they normally are. Your sex life is more fun and you're more passionate about it. Artistic creative types, especially entrepreneurs, are just pursuing with great passion their creative, entrepreneurial, artistic successes, and they're just going to put a lot of effort into it, like a lot of effort. You will be passionately driving for success. Thank you, Mars, January 24th to March the 2nd, and he will be visible in your house of work in mid-March, bringing you a rise of success over 2 years in your work environment. We will get to that later. And finally, with the stellium here heating up, Mars will conjunct Pluto. So as we go from January 23rd to the epicenter hitting the mark on the 27th and waning here, winding down by the 31st, it means the 23rd to the 31st, oops, I lost your sign. It's going to be a very intense energy. Now, on the good note, it's unstoppable, determined, drive, personal and supernaturally powerful transpersonal will are fused. For artists, creatives, you're working on a project, a business, a website, a launch or something, and you've got like unstoppable determination those last 7 days of the month. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but Mars Pluto is that miscarriage or abortion story. So it's up to you to figure out what that will be for you guys. I can't change it. It doesn't mean you will have a non-viable pregnancy, but it could. Or it could mean there's major decisions about whether there is a fertility story that wants to continue. And it's a very downdraft into the darkness as you figure out what to do. Excavation of secrets, right? And bringing secrets out into the world could happen under this with Mercury here. But those would be secrets about your children or about your romantic partner that could surprise you, right? That's a vibe on the last 7 days of January. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I kind of sob story in my recordings yesterday at the end of the video. I was like, poor me. My numbers are so down in January. They're always down every January, but this is epically bad. And sometimes you just see a channel stall out like Steve Judd. I don't know what happened in the last 2 months. He can't get past 129,000 subscribers. He can't get an extra 1,000 subscribers in almost 2 months. If that happens to my channel, it means the channel will no longer be viable. And if that happens, I'll be doing something different. And that's okay. I'm surrendered to reality. But if you want this channel to work and you didn't subscribe before now, or if you're new, would you subscribe? I would appreciate it so very much. All right. And check you're still subscribed. YouTube is constantly scrubbing you out and thinking you're a bot. Thank you guys. Enjoy the month of January. Stay tuned for more. I've got a lot of videos coming up about January, love scopes and money scopes for each sign. And it's so exciting. January has got a lot going on. Take care. And check my Mars webinar and my Mercury webinar in the description box below.